Hi students, this is AJ sir. Let's study 9th standard ICSE Math, chapter 19B and 19C, mean and median. Also, to enroll for my online lectures or online test series, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more details. In exercise 19B, we have to find the median. In the previous exercise, we studied how to find the mean, which is nothing but the average of the data given. But median is the middle term in an array of data. For example, look at question 1.2 here. The first step for median is always to arrange it in the ascending or descending order. Here I have arranged it in the ascending order. Now count the number of quantities here. It's 11, that's an odd number. So which is the middle term? It's gotta be the sixth term. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the median. If you notice, it has 5 terms to its left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has 5 terms to its right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on a number line, these 5 terms will be to its right. Or you can say 5 terms before it and 5 terms after it. So that is the answer. It's very simple. Of course, there is a formula for it as well. If there are odd number of quantities, then it's n plus 1 upon 2th term. That is 12 upon 2. That is the 6th term. But what if there are even number of quantities? Like in question 1.3. Then it becomes a bit tricky because after I arrange it in the ascending order, which one is the middle number? Well, I would say it's 25 and 34. There are 2 numbers in the center. I can't choose just one of them. If I choose 25, then it's asymmetrical. Then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers to its left. But then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers to its right. A similar problem would happen if I choose 34 as the middle number. So how about this? Let's choose both the numbers and take the average of these two. Let's check. If I take both the numbers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers to its left and 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers to its right. So whenever the number of quantities is even, you have to take the average of these two numbers. That is 25 plus 34's average comes up to 29.5. Of course, there is a formula that you have to write for formality. N upon 2th term plus n upon 2 plus 1th term. That is 5th term plus 6th term. And then you solve further. Notice that here it was n plus 1 the whole upon 2. Whereas here it is n upon 2 plus 1. Now in question 2, the data is given already in ascending order and the median is also given. We just have to find the value of x. So here, since the number of terms are 10, the median should be the average of these two terms. That is the 5th and the 6th term. But we already know the median, which is 63. That means 63 is equal to half of 2x plus 2. If you solve this further, you get x plus 1 because 2x upon 2 is x and 2 upon 2 is 1. Or you can take 2 common and 2 cut. Either way, you get this equation, you solve and get the value of x, and that's how the sum is over. Now in the fourth sum, the data is incomplete. There are 10 students, but we know the marks of only 4 of them. But that's okay because we know the marks of the middle 4 students here. it's mentioned that 3 of them secured less than 30 marks and 3 secured more than 75 marks. And the remaining marks we can arrange in the ascending order. So we've got 3 out here and 3 out here. We don't know the marks, but it's okay. At least it's symmetrical. So it seems that the 5th and the 6th term will be the median. Here we have A, B, C marks whose values we don't know. And let's say we have here X, Y, Z marks. So totally there are 10 marks. For median, we don't need all the values. We just focus on the middle terms and take the average of that, and that becomes 44. That's the answer. Now exercise 19C. See here, let's cancel some easy sums which are of the same type to reduce your homework. Cancel 1.1, question 5 and question 12, and mark the 7th sum as IMP, and even the 4th sum as IMP. In the previous exercise, mark the 4th sum as IMP. Now let's start with question 1.3. Some data are given. We have to find the mean. And then what if each of the quantities multiplied by 3 and divided by 2, will it affect the mean? Yes, it will. But then how should we calculate the mean? So first, let's find out the mean, which we did in 19A exercise as well. Summation of all quantities upon total number of quantities. Add them and divide by 6, and the mean is 12. That's the original mean. If each quantity is multiplied by 3 and then divided by 2, then the new mean also should be multiplied by 3 and divided by 2. That's how we'll obtain the new mean from the original mean, and the answer is 18. Now in Roman number 5, the question is, what if each observation is decreased by 40%? Decreased by 40% means the new quantity should be 60% of the original value. If the question was decreased to 40%, then the new value would be 40% of the original value. But here it is decreased by 40%. That means the original value minus 40% of the original value, or you can simply say 60% of the original mean. So the answer is 7.20. Now in the 4th sum, the mean of 10 numbers is given as 24. One more is added, so now there are 11 numbers, and the new mean is 25. What is the new number added? Well, if the mean of 10 numbers is 24, then the total should be 24 into 10, which is 240. That's just the variation of this formula. If mean is equal to total upon number of quantities, then if you cross multiply, the total is always equal to mean into number of quantities. So total is equal to the mean into number of quantities, that is 240. Now if one more number is added, and the mean of the 11 numbers now is 25. So what's the new total? The total is equal to the mean, that is the average, into number of quantities, that is 275. So earlier the total was 240 and now the new total is 275. That means the number added was the difference between the two, which is 35. Now the 7th sum. Find the mean of the following data. So here we go, just add and divide by 10, we get the mean. If in the question there were units like centimeter or kilogram, we would have had to write that also in the answer, failing which we would lose marks, but not in this sum. Next, they've asked us to show that the sum of the deviations of all the given observations from the mean is 0. This is always true. Let's prove it empirically here. These are the original data. When they say deviation, it simply means the difference between the original number and the mean that we found out. So 30 minus 29.7 this is the deviation, or the difference. So calculate all the differences. Some are positive, some are negative, but when you add them, you will notice it is 0. This is always the case in mean. And then they've asked us to find the median. Well, don't forget to arrange it in the ascending order. It's even number, so we'll have to take two middle terms, and it will be so easy to find their average. It's gonna be 30. Now the 8th sum. Find the mean and median. Okay, let's start with that. Mean is easy, sum upon the total quantities. So this is the mean. And the median, well, arrange it in the ascending order. It's odd number of quantities, so that's good. I'll just take the middle term, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 63 is the final answer, as you can see. But there is one more addition to this question. What if this number 51 in the data was replaced by 66? Now what is the new mean? The new median? Well, you'll have to rearrange things in the ascending order. Now things will be a little different. Yes, it's still 9 number of observations. What is the middle term now? Fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 64. So now this is the new median. Finally, the 10th question. Find the mean and median of all the positive factors of 72. So first, jot down all the factors of 72. And there are 12 factors. That's an even number. So to find the median, we'll have to go for the middle numbers. 12. So I would say, how about 6th and 7th term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They seem to be the middle numbers. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right. So just take the average of 8 and 9, which is 8.5. And finding the mean is also easy. Just add them up, divided by 12. That is the answer. Notice how mean and median have different values, which is usually the case. Now we know that mean is quite useful to find the averages of things in our day-to-day life. But what is the use of median? Well, it is very useful in statistics and in practical life, but the applications are not there in a syllabus. You can research on them.